Hi, welcome back to All About the Alternative. So as an alternative, one of the things that I'm doing with my channel here is showing you how to do recipes in a little bit of a different way. And what better way to do that than to show you right here from my trailer to do one of the recipes that I have that I do up at the trailer for just something easy to make, a dessert you can make. And this is sherbet. So, and it's actually very different as an alternative. It's actually not made with milk, it's made with coconut water. And it's also made with some lime. It's also made with some raspberry. So I'm going to show you how to make that today. And if you'll stick with me, I'll be right back to show you how. Okay, so here's something a little bit different. I'm going to be making the raspberry sherbet, and I've taken a couple different recipes into account a long time ago and made this my own. So that's why this is one of my alternatives, where the recipes that normally have certain items in them that I'd like to make it a little bit different. A lot of times for sherbet, maybe you might use milk. In this case, we're going to use coconut milk. And we're also going to use some lime juice instead of lemon juice. And we're also going to use a different kind of flavoring, because up here at the trailer, sometimes all I have available to me is some of the basic things that I have. So that's what this basic alternative is, definitely one of them. And so this one is going to be made actually with a Tyranny, which is red raspberry. Now, if you have any other flavors, you can definitely use any of the other flavors with this recipe. So go ahead, whatever you have in your kitchen, in your pantry, is a welcome addition to using in this recipe. So there is that. So what I'm going to show you here, now I'm going to show you a couple of things that I do have here. I do actually normally have a magic bullet up here, but actually I didn't bring it with me today. I actually don't have it here, so we're going to use, we have a couple of other options. So I actually have this this little blender. It's actually a portable blender, and it's actually rechargeable. You know, I love those rechargeables. This is actually a rechargeable one, and all you have to do is you turn it on, and it will turn on. You can hear how loud that is, though. So for the sake of this, we're not going to use that. Obviously, because you're not going to hear me blend the whole thing using that in this video. That's way too loud. But I do have that option, and that is something you can use any kind of blender, actually. I also have what's called a blender bottle, and a lot of people have these. They have big, tall ones. You can use this as well. So it just basically has a little ball inside. You can actually get these separate from Amazon. I had this blender bottle, and I lost my my blender bottle ball, and so I bought some more from Amazon. And all you have to do is stick it in, and you put your liquid or whatever it is inside. When you use, like you normally would use a blender bottle, you put all your ingredients inside and you give that a shake. That's also too loud for YouTube, so we're not going to use that. So we're going to use the plain Jane method. And we're going to use a bowl and a whisk. Okay, and I also have a spoon as well. So we're going to do that. For the purpose of this video, I have poured the ingredients to make this a little bit easier. But you can, as you're doing it, you'll just open up whatever you're doing and pour in whatever you need at the time when you're doing it. That's not a problem. So what I'm going to do is basically explain how I do it, and maybe a follow-up afterwards, because of course it has to go into the freezer and be frozen. So we'll have to do that as well. So basically what I do is, of course, I have 1 cup of coconut milk. And of course pour that into your bowl or into your blender if you're using a blender. Okay, so there's that. And that's all you need of that is 1 cup. And then you put a 1/4 cup This is just a quarter cup here. It's actually, I didn't have a quarter cup on me, so this one here is just a quarter cup. And so we're going to put that into your mixture as well, and mix that into a quarter cup of lime juice. Okay, so that is placed in. And then we give that a stir by itself. And give it a good blend until you see that it's just obviously, that does not change color, it just blends. And if you're doing it in your blender, you can do it in your blender. Sometimes you say you can let it sit for a few minutes. I haven't had the need really to do that, so you can just blend it as is, just like this. And then you add the remaining ingredients of, you have your raspberry mix, so your raspberry, whatever flavoring you're going to use. So we're just going to add that in. And it will turn the color of whatever it is that you're adding in. Oh, you got a fly. I don't want a fly in there. Can't have flies. But I'm doing this outdoors, so I guess that's going to be expected. Okay, just as long as it doesn't land inside. Okay, so it basically winds up looking like the consistency of Jell-O or your fruit punch. And so that's basically what you have there. And then we can add in one third cup of honey. And just make sure that all of it gets in. So it's 1/3 cup of honey. So there's that. And in my case, because I don't use vanilla extract when I normally cook a lot of times, so in the process of doing a video that has a fly flying around. What we think of next? Okay, so 1 teaspoon of whatever extract you'd like to use. In some cases, I actually use almond extract. I use maple extract. This is maple extract in this case, but I rarely use vanilla extract because, of course, it gives me headaches. So I just use about 1 teaspoon worth, and just about 1 teaspoon. So you put that into your mixture of whatever extract you'd like to use. And the door of my trailer is popping shut. Okay, a little bit of a wind here. Hopefully that's not affecting my video. This is that one and done thing. Okay, and we put in a pinch of salt. So you just put in a pinch of salt. And so there's that. And give it a good stir. If you're using a blender, this may be a little bit easier, but it doesn't matter. You can do it just with your whisk and bowl, just like that. And I have my Tiffany here. Hopefully, she's not going to help me stir though, so she does that. So basically, it just looks like the consistency of, like I said, Jell-O, or like it's a very sticky substance using coconut milk as opposed to using regular milk. But it actually works. And so you can use coconut milk or coconut water and mix it into a cream. Oh, there's Tiffany. And she's talking to the fly to leave me alone. Okay. Anyway, no, I'm not an expert at doing any of this stuff. I just do these stuff to have a little bit of fun with it and enjoy my time making videos. just like this. And so this is one of the ones I can show you, one of my recipes. So hopefully that works as well. So all you basically have to do is prepare a couple of containers, something like this. And once it's thoroughly mixed, you put it into containers. In fact, you can probably just put this whole mixture into one container, probably would have been enough. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make something else with the other container. So I'm just going to put the whole thing into one container. I didn't need to use two containers there, but you can use as many containers as you make. So if the amount that I've shown here, you want to make a little bit less, or you want to make a little bit more, just double or subtract from it what you want. So basically all you have to do is just put the lid on, make sure it's a container with a lid, and then just put it into your freezer. So again, I'm just going to go over what the ingredients are again, because I think I didn't quite show that. So just to go over what the ingredients that I used again, just so you know what to do as well. I tried to do the demonstration there. But you can use any combination for these as well that suits you. In my case, like I said, I took another recipe, a couple of recipes, and I created this one myself. So it's basically 1 cup of coconut milk, a 1/4 cup of lemon juice or lime juice. I use lime juice today. 1 cup of whatever flavoring you'd like it to be. In my case, I used raspberry, which is a Torani flavoring. You can use any flavoring that you have around. If you'd like to use natural ingredients, you can use orange juice, you can use lime or grapefruit juice. You could use strawberries, you can use blueberries, whatever you'd like to do, so long as it's in a, you make it into a liquid form. You use 1/3 of honey, 1 teaspoon of whatever extract you'd like to use. In my case, I used maple today, but you can use vanilla if you are safe to use vanilla. In my case, I couldn't because I get reactions to it. And a little bit of salt, just a little pinch of salt in it as well. And then mix it up really well. So you mix up your coconut milk and the lemon or lime juice first, blend that up, and then add in your other ingredients and stir it really well. Mix it really well. Use a blender if you can use a blender. It was probably more beneficial to use a blender, but in this case you can use whatever is available to you. And I used this method because I didn't want to make a lot of noise on the camera, but you can use any way to do it as well. So that's great. And then you just put it into the freezer. Now once an hour, pull it out of the freezer, give it a stir, and do that for about 3 hours. That's a long time, I know, but you stir once an hour for 3 hours, and then you're good to go. As soon as it has frozen and it's in the consistency that you want. If it's not in the consistency you want after the 3 hours, you may have to stir it again, but at least it'll, and then leave it probably overnight perhaps, or several hours. It will be the consistency of sherbet. So that's an easy way to do that. Once I had gone through and done, of course, the 3 hours of every hour giving it a stir, I waited till the following morning, and then I opened it up and gave it a final stir, and this was the final result, which is our sherbet. So if basically it's not totally, like, it's frozen, but it's not hardened or anything. It's actually a very good consistency, and we can scoop it out just like that. You can scoop it out and serve it. So it worked out very well. So there you have it. There's another recipe you can make with an alternative, using ingredients that you may just have around, that you don't have to go out for specialty for or anything. In some cases, this is actually dairy-free because it is coconut milk instead of using regular dairy milk. If you have some other issues with some things that you like to change it up with, the option of using lemon juice or lime juice is actually really effective too. The lime juice gives it more of a tang, so that's actually more it's just a preference. With me, for the vanilla extract change, is because I get a reaction to the vanilla extract, but you can use vanilla extract if you feel up to that. In some cases, you may have to do a little bit of experimenting, using a little bit less of the extract if that is more suited to you. If you're using almond extract, definitely use a lot less than the normal 1 teaspoon because it can be very strong. As far as the whatever flavor you'd like it to be, that is completely a choice. You can do that with anything. So your whatever flavoring you have around is actually something you can that you can use. I've used banana. I have banana powder, and you can mix that into a liquid and add that. So there's another option as well. If you have actual like frozen, you can take banana and create it into a frozen banana, and then put that into your blender. Also works really well too. And in addition to another version that I saw as well is also substituting the honey for syrup. So you could use that. The honey is more of a natural way, or you can use natural syrups as well. But I don't recommend doing that if you're using one of the trannies, because the tranny is already a syrup. So it's better to use the honey, and I think it's because of the consistency, but like I said, a lot of these things are all preferences, and there's a lot of options that you can do with this, which makes it really fun. You could do it with a family, with the kids, as a project to do up at the trailer or at home, anywhere. So, and it can be an on-the-go thing. If you're on the go traveling and you want to make this, you can easily make this, put it into the freezer, and have it ready to go when you want it. So hopefully that's another option for you for an alternative recipe. And I've got lots more coming. I will be doing more of those over time. I call this a trailer recipe because because it's a simple one to make up at your trailer, and that's why. But you can, like I said, you can do it anywhere. Okay, so hopefully you can give me a like and a subscribe, and put any notes down below. Did you do this? Did you have any changes that you made? What did you use? And put that down in the comments. I'd like to see those comments coming in to see what you've done. I did a video not too long ago that wasn't live, and apparently as I was doing the video, I saw that there was likes coming in. I had views during the live, and for some reason, by the time I was finished later on that day, it had removed all the likes, and then the following morning, it had removed the views that I had during that video. So I'm putting in some thought into whether or not I want to continue doing lives. Although I'd love to do them, they would be very effective for some of the stuff I do in the future. I'm not sure if that is something that I'm going to do, but we'll see. There's lots of time to make decisions, and I will do those when the time is right. Okay, so like I said, but hopefully for today you can give me a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody.